Marcelo Garcia's Dillon Danis.
Here we go.
AJ, I know this is the one that you've been looking forward to the absolute most, right?
Incredibly so, because you know what? Both of these athletes are very young kids with bright futures and a style that really just, I think, favors.
Well, AJ, sorry, I have to say that Edwin Najmi looking very, very calm coming onto the mat there. Now, you know Edwin, you're a good friend of Edwin. What's he like as a competitor? Is he always this cool? Is he always this calm? I mean, should he be more pumped up?
I tell you one thing, that this guy has the mojo. He has this special ingredient that a lot of people look for. Both of these gentlemen, I think, you know, they have such a bright future, but they have that look, they have that determination, and this is one of the things that's really going to be a unique matchup because there's so much young talent out there right now, and this is young talent versus young talent, East Coast versus West Coast, American versus American.
Oh, Dillon Danis, sorry, straight away, Dillon pulls guard. What does Edwin do? But everything we expect for him goes for that flying triangle. I think Dillon was expecting that, though. He managed to defend. Edwin Najmi, he is the king of the flying triangle, right? I mean, do we even have an idea of exactly how many flying triangles he's hit in competition, AJ?
In a competition, you know, in your career, you generally hit, you know, maybe 1 or 2, and that's amazing if you get 3 flying triangles in your career.
Edwin does that every tournament.
He has submitted over probably 50 athletes in a flying triangle.
Incredible. Now, Dillon Danis, one of the hot young blood competitors coming through, got his black belt 2015, just like Edwin. Now, both these guys, you know, they were the two of the young stars coming through at brown belt. They really just absolutely just cemented their reputations as such great competitors. You know, they've had a little bit of experience at black belt, but not so much. This is probably the first major competition that we've seen them in since getting their black belts, right?
Yeah, one of the things that I like most about this matchup is the fact that these two young bloods have entered into a very deep pool, a very deep watered event with these names, Davi Ramos, Lucas Lepre, Leandro Lo, and this is a true test to where they've been and what they've been doing. You know, had very successful brown belt careers. Edwin Najmi training with none other than one of the best in the world, Romulo Barral, and Dillon Danis with one of the greats of the sport, Marcelo Garcia. This is something that, you know, you see a product of those legends in there.
Dillon now strong passing sequence. He's got a good pank grip on that near side leg, underhook in the far side, looking to consolidate top position. That's it, settling down. 3 points on the board. That's a 3-point lead now. Sorry, that's a 5-point lead for Dillon Danis. Way ahead on the scoreboard here. That's it, 2 minutes into this contest.
Edwin Najmi, definitely the lightest guy in this category. He walked on the weight scale, you know, pretty comfortably. These guys that he's facing are you know, guys from the middle heavy and
Dillon,
middleweight division.
Man, he was one of the biggest weight cutters of this entire competition. You know, he came down from the high 80 kilos, cutting over 25 pounds to make the 77 limit. That's a lot of weight to drop.
Dillon Danis is feeding the belt across the neck of Edwin in what might look to be like a submission attempt here if he can clear the headline with his foot, and he just did. He steps over.
Now, AJ, is that a legit submission attempt, or is that something that he just wants to do to put the pressure on
Edwin is
AJ?
in trouble if he can clear that. Good.
And Dillon then pulls through to the guard.
I can see Edwin possibly trying to get his arms spread out and reached from Dillon for him to jump from a flying triangle. Right here, he's going to look for it.
Yeah, any time that Dillon's coming up with that collar grip, you have to think that Edwin's going to be jumping his hips straight forward for it. But
one of the things that people...
Danis on a single leg there, feeds the belt through the legs. This is Bernardo Faria 101, right?
Yeah.
One of his teammates.
Absolutely. And you know what? One of the things that a lot of people look at Edwin is that he's a flying triangle master, but he has got a very good top game. I think one of the most underrated of his time, because he's very proficient in that sense. You know, I've trained with him several times. I know his strengths and the top game. He does have a heated passer. He favors the darce. He favors
one thing he does have is he has long limbs, long arms, and he likes the darce choke. And you could see him really making Danis think twice about finishing that single leg the way he was feeding his arm around there.
Dillon, you can see the look of satisfaction on his face with this 5-point lead. You can, it's pretty evident in his
Coming
posture.
up now in the single leg. Now this is his head free. Doesn't have to worry about the
jump
darts.
to a
Will he
triangle,
finish
possibly.
it? Possibly. This is the danger, and I think Dillon knows it, so he's keeping his distance. Edwin biding his time, just balancing out. There he goes for that, but that's 2 points on the board for Dillon. That's a 7-point lead now. 1 minute 52 seconds left in this match.
Both gentlemen have accumulated an incredible brown belt career, and this is their like how you said, like it's their
coming out party, black belt, right?
They're coming out as a black belt. We should make a hashtag about that.
Coming out. I don't think so. Maybe
coming
not.
out black.
Oh, we see a nice De La Hiva spider guard combination there from Edwin Najmi, just
one of the
trying
things,
to get his
yeah.
positions.
One of the
Dillon fighting for the grips. Nice elevation from Najmi there.
One of the things that both of these athletes are going to do, no matter what the outcome of this match is, just is maintain enthusiasm and not be discouraged, because there's a long road ahead. It's not just a single match that will take them out of the finals. You know, this is one match that's going to gain, if it ends in points, it's only going to gain them 3
points in the group. That's correct.
Group, you know,
well, with less than a minute remaining in this match now, Dillon Danis way ahead, 7-point lead on the board. You'd have to think it if Najmi, if there's any way that he can get this contest back in his favor now, it's going to have to be a submission. Saw him thinking about that triangle, his bread and butter move, working the lapel control on the far side as well. But Danis doing a good job of maintaining posture.
Trying to let that clock ride out. Very good strategy.
Smart strategy in a competition like this. He's going to need to conserve plenty of energy for those other matches. He's going to have 4 more matches in his yellow group. That's a tough night of work, huh?
He put up a very valiant effort in this 7-point lead against Edwin. And I tell you what, he set the tone.
Yeah.
He set the pace.
3, 2, 1, dying seconds, and I think that's it. As it comes to an end, Dillon Danis takes it with a 7-0 lead. Well, the one thing there I think it's really worth noting is the composure in the performance from both competitors there. They're both very, very calm, very, very strategic, but it's just those couple of key positions that enabled Danis to take this match.
Incredibly so, and you know what? You look at the sportsmanship from both gentlemen after the match. Dillon helping Edwin up, and like I said, the key thing here is Edwin to maintain focus and maintain that determination, because he's got several matches ahead, and he cannot be discouraged here, and I can expect him to be pushing the pace in his further matches.